Smiley's Corner. My name's Smilie.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's my name, Smilie?
We're gathered here with my good friend John.
Yes, we are. Well, I couldn't. I couldn't think of any preachery things to say in that moment. We are gathered here today. I was just gonna repeat you. Rejoice, people, rejoice. I had a funny experience at work yesterday. There was a lady. I work at a grocery store, and there was a lady that was yelling about our apples being covered in spiders.
Really?
And
she like losing her mind, or just
my coworker like looked at us like, okay, and he like didn't do anything, but all the customers like looking at this lady, and I'm like, maybe there are spiders. I got kind of worried, like, so I went over there and I'm like straightening them up, and she's like, oh, be careful, there's spiders over there or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking out for them and stuff, and I didn't see any. It's funny, so I pick up an apple, and there's a tiny spider on it. I'm amazed that I picked up the one that had it on there. But it was just the one. Like, I went through the whole table. But it was funny because, like, I didn't show a reaction to it. I was just like, oh, there's a fucking spider. I'm just going to pick it up, throw it in a little box here. Just keep going on about, like, nothing. And the other customers were like, did you get all the spiders off of there? Like, I'm like, good thing she looks crazy. Because she looked crazy. I mean, she was in the middle of the apartment, like, yelling about it.
Really?
Not like, yeah, like, hey, you got spiders on your apples are covered in spider. Like, she couldn't have done it in a worse way to make her look more fucking insane.
Jeez.
So that was kind of nice because technically there was a spider, but you know, what are you gonna do?
Well, you have found like,
spider.
haven't you found like a black widow or something?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I'm like, should I talk about this? Like,
Yeah.
should I talk about the store I'm working at having a spider? Yeah, there was 2 days. This was like years
Well, I mean,
ago.
it's produce.
Yeah.
And it's coming from like all different parts of the country, the world, whatever.
I seen a tiny frog. Saw a tiny frog once. It was in a case of greens. I think I've seen like caterpillar here and there, but yeah, the black widow. That was like 2 days in a row that happened. Was a particular kind of grapes we got in, and that was nuts though.
Yeah.
And my boss was like, "Yeah, they're doing some repairs. Probably just like fell from the ceiling or whatever." I'm like, I don't think it did. But, and then the next day it happened again, and I'm like, still just fall from the ceiling 2 days in a row. It's still crazy that 2 days in a row, they're two different fucking black widows. But
Yeah.
yeah, the first one, a customer found it.
Jeez.
And can you imagine, like,
Picking up a bag
it was
of grapes.
it was the right cut. That was the thing, is it was like kept in the cooler, so it was very like lethargic and slow moving and stuff.
Oh.
But like, it was the right customer because I think they just told my coworker. And my coworker was like freaking the fuck out. But they were just like, yeah, it's just this one over here. I'm like, because if that had been like fucking your apples are covered in spiders, lady, that would have been like, oh my god, shut down the fucking store and everything.
She'd be like stomping on it.
Oh yeah,
screaming.
for sure. But yeah, it's kind of nuts. What's funny is I don't think I had ever seen one in person before then. And
Black
then,
widow?
Yeah, and then
Really?
like 2 days in a row. Not that I recall. Maybe at like a fucking zoo or something.
Huh. I saw one. I saw several like as a child. They might have been more prominent like where I lived. I don't know, because I do know like it's. They're
I
always
live right next to the woods.
they're always like obviously like by themselves. I don't know if there's any like spiders that run in packs or anything, but
God, could you imagine if there was? Ugh.
my dad was always like very big on like taking me out into like nature and stuff, and like showing me like what stuff is, so I know what to do like in case I run across something. And we were just in the backyard, and he found one, and I can't remember if
Did he go out there to look for a black widow?
No, I think he was just like
He's
mowing.
like, all right, we're gonna go and find a black widow. Like, oh, here's one. I'm like, you just fucking do that?
I think he was just like mowing or something and came across it. I can't remember if he killed it or not, but he held it on like the tip of a pin and showed me like what the like hourglass and everything looks like, and he's like, "Don't touch this. Like, this is bad."
Yeah, it's real bad. It's real bad. I don't think I've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever seen a brown recluse in person. I know there was a girl in high school that got bit by one on her cheek.
Ugh.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, I don't think anybody ever sees those things hardly. They just get bit by them.
Yeah. Ugh, golly, man.
But I think I can't remember if I told that story on the podcast or not, but I had to clean the outside of the Whataburger that I worked at. They just gave me like a bucket of water with bleach in it, and I had to just like scrub the side of the building. But there was like this old spigot outside, and
I
it's
was
like
gonna say, I think Steven, I remember, found some, I think, on his spigot too.
yeah, but it was
Spigot.
like
It's a terrible word.
one of those weird ones. It's got like a little divot up underneath it.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever seen anything like that, but I'd never messed with it. I was trying to like figure out how to get the water on, but I stuck my hand up under there and I popped the egg sac. So bunch of little spiders going everywhere, and then the mom came out, and I was just like, holy fuck.
She's like, oh man, yeah, it's moments like that where you're just like, you're so thankful because that could have been like way worse. It was a Black Widow though.
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane. And you knew this because of your dad's teachings.
Uh-huh. And I mean, I think I'd seen more pictures of them in like books and stuff by then.
Yeah, they're like they're world famous, man. Everyone talked about them growing up and stuff. The Black Widows. I don't think I've ever. I can't recall ever seeing one in person. Definitely not a brown recluse, which I don't know, it's kind of funny that they're like, yeah, we're kind of assholes, so we're recluses. So just leave us alone. And because I'm always thinking, you're always worried you're gonna find one, but I'm like, the places that I go are well-traveled places. Like,
yeah.
You're bad at being a brown recluse if you're in a place that I can find you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not digging in fucking spigots and stuff or anything, so get out of here. I really wonder, like, that does make me... I wish I could see that Black Widow's trek to get to that spigot, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's weird, because, like, the Whataburger, it's in the middle of a town, like, with paved roads and everything, and I just can't picture this thing, like, it's not, like, really
just creeping through the parking lot.
There. Yeah, just...
But I do know they, I'm pretty sure they're attracted to water.
No.
So they'll look for, like...
like, the one... It's like, I don't know, just picture him walking down the highway, like, any water? Whataburger, they have water. Really good water. I feel like there's so many other places it could have gone, but, oh, well.
But I wonder if it was something as, like, I don't know, random as, like, it maybe hitched a ride on somebody's car and then fell out, and then it was like, oh, there's water over here, and then it just set up shop.
God, that would be... Man, I wish there was a way. I would... Like, Planet Earth is cool and all, but if you could show, like, how that Black Widow, where it was born all the way to it getting to that Whataburger spigot, that would be the greatest documentary ever. Like, I would love that. I don't even think you would need narration. Just, I don't even know how long spiders live, but I feel like it's a year sounds too long, right?
I think some spiders... I think it depends on the type of spider, maybe. But, because they have, like, bird-eating spiders and stuff. I feel like those motherfuckers probably live, like, a long time.
Hopefully those fires get them all.
No, Jesus.
Just, I'm anti-bird-eating spider. I'm not anti-Australia. I hope everyone's doing okay. I don't even heard that much. I always wonder whenever I stop hearing about the story, I'm like, are they doing better at least? Or are people just like, well, we got another... Kobe Bryant died. So much for Australia fires.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're trying to, like, basically wait for it. I want to say, like, it's either going to go out on its own or it'll, like, make it to the coast or something like that, and then it'll eventually just die.
Yeah, but the coast, that's, like, the continent.
But isn't it, like, 70% of the continent on fire or something?
Something insane.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Could you imagine, like, and then I know this sounds really awful. I'm just imagining if that was, like, a neighboring country with, like, refugees coming in and stuff. I'm like, man, that would just be, like, countless numbers of people, like, hey, can you help us out? Because I even remember when working in Longview, like, we had a guy that came all the way from Katrina because that was, like, the first place. That was the closest place he could find, like, a hotel and stuff. And
yeah.
It's like, golly, because that's, like, I don't know the mileage. Got to be at least, like, 300 or 400 miles probably to New Orleans to Longview.
Probably, maybe more than that.
And that guy got, I mean, it sounds really awful. He lost everything, but like he kind of lucked out because like made his way to Longview, got a job with Kroger. I think, I don't know. I think he went to maybe some sort of like soup kitchen kind of homeless place or whatever, and then met some people through a church there, and like, but he had like a wife and kids and stuff. It's just like. That's nuts, man. But
yeah.
Fuck, I wonder what that guy's doing. I don't even remember his name. That was the first time And I was glad somebody pointed it out. Like, I heard this years later, but the New Orleans accent, to me, it sounds like a Boston accent. And years later, like, I swear within the last year, I've heard on a podcast or a TV show or something, somebody saying something about that. And I'm like, okay, fucking A. Because I always thought that, too. I was like, sounds like Boston. I'm like, no, New Orleans. I'm like, what? Like, I felt like an idiot because I was totally off. But they are pretty similar, I guess. Well, I don't know. I'm sure if you're talking to either one of them, they'll be like, no. Definitely not similar at all. But if you're an idiot like me, that's like every European country. I think like, so you Mexican? I'm Italian, you jackass. Like, because sometimes I want to guess people at work. Whenever they ask me a question, I can tell they're from a foreign country. Every time, it's happened a few times where I get somebody that I think is Russian, and Russian for Americans I think encompasses more than Russia. Really, it's like, oh, you're Ukraine,
like Czechoslovakian,
and I always want to say,
or
I always want to say like spasibo, because as far as I know, that's thank you, which kind of sucks, because that doesn't really. Well, I mean, they're shoppers. I should thank them. They're paying my paycheck and stuff, but it's the only Russian word I know, and that's the one I want to use. But I'm always like, I don't know, some other European country, not Russia.
I am from Dagestan. Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm Dagestan. Yeah, I guess that's funny. I guess. So what does Khabib speak? Is it Dagestani? Is that what that's considered?
I don't know. He might still. I think that might still be like under Russian control or whatever. So, because he did go meet with Putin after he won, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, that's close enough. Close enough.
But I feel like I feel like
generic.
Russians and like Ukrainians don't really, like, I think they think bad about each other, like just in like a stereotypical sense. I'm not sure if they're all like that. I don't want to.
When I think of Ukraine, I just think of really good gymnasts. I don't know why. Very, very sexy.
Is that where
serious looking? What the H? God, I was scared the F out of me.
Figure skaters. Oksana
Yeah,
Bayou.
that kind of. But what's funny is I think she was. I think she was American. I think that was what's so.
Really?
Okay, look it up. I feel like she was American. Maybe not. Now I'm rethinking this. Now I'm rethinking all of this. It's just like there's like Stipe Miocic. It's funny that guy's an American. I mean, I know he's got like Croatian descent or whatever, but yeah, that's what I said. Ukrainian. Same thing.
I don't even know how why I put her in Ukraine, or did I say?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like that. Like she is. Like. I mean, granted, I just said she was American, but I thought it was like one of those, she'll throw you off. But she, like, the look of her, the sound of the name, but, like, I don't know what it is, but it's specifically the look. She just looks Eastern European to me.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I don't even know how to describe what an Eastern European looks like, but that's what they look like to me. There's a guy I watch on YouTube that does a lot of guitar videos, and, white guy with an accent that plays he's really good at guitar. So I'm like, oh, he's probably Swedish.
Yeah.
He's like Dutch. And I don't even know how close those two are. But, yeah, I've never claimed to be great at geography, okay, Smilie? But, I don't know, man. Do you ever picture yourself on you? Remember, what was it? I can't remember what it was called. Was it Sidewalking with Jay Leno? I think every talk show does it, but they basically just go ask questions.
The man on the street thing?
I don't know what that is. They go ask random questions.
Yeah.
Like, hey, who's running for president? I don't know, Barney the dinosaur? Like, oh, what a fucking idiot. But I'm always worried that I'll get caught in those situations, and I'll probably just go like no comment and just keep walking. Because I really don't want to get the answers wrong. Because everyone always like thinks they're smart at home. And I'm like, granted, they probably asked 100 people and 4 people got it wrong. But
there's a show on Netflix I saw earlier. I was just flipping through, like on the Amazon app, like for Netflix, it'll like autoplay. It'll just show you like a little trailer for whatever you're highlighting. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically this guy who does that. Like the whole show, I think he just walks down the street and just says random shit to people.
Oh, I know the guy you're talking about. Is it Billy Eichner or whatever?
I think so. But
I won't say more than that.
But I just thought it was funny because they were obviously in like a gay neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And he was just like stopping all these random dudes. He's like, "Excuse me, sir, are you gay?" And then he's like, do you like John Oliver? And he had John Oliver with him, and they were like, I don't know who that is, or like, I don't really like him, or whatever. And they're like, oh, by the way, this is John Oliver. But then they'd be like, do you like Wendy Williams? And they're like, absolutely. Like,
Really?
Yeah, that was very positive.
Did you see her fart on
No.
Wendy Williams kind of looks like a drag queen. That's funny. But yeah, there was I mean, it wasn't a big story, but she definitely like. It's funny as you can look at. What's crazy is I heard about it on the Breakfast Club, and they had like tricked up the audio. They played it just regular, like it was on TV, and I'm like, that was loud. That was loud. And she definitely is doing the lane, but I'm like, that might be able to pass. But I'm like, that was loud. But then they like, I guess I can't remember what they called it, but it's basically like leveling, like every sound is the same level. So like, and they played it, and I was like, holy shit, that's definitely a fart. But it was loud without that, and I was amazed.
Was she like mid conversation or something?
Yeah, she was talking about like, yeah, I think he should start dating her, and then like, holy shit. And she like leaned over and everything.
Are they sure it was a fart, not a queef?
Dude, I think it was a fart. I mean, I'm not that familiar with queefs, but I don't think they can do what she did. Maybe they can. I mean, sure, her legs were crossed. I don't know if she was like opening it up, letting fucking like makes me think of I don't know what you call those things. The things you like. We had them at on a fire. You grab and it's
bellows?
like a bellows.
Yeah.
I did know that. I've heard of that word. Okay. Bellows. So, what's going on in white supremacy lawyer world?
So, this guy, he's a Coast Guard officer, but he was like a huge white supremacist. He was sentenced recently to 13 years in prison. He was stockpiling weapons, and he had a hit list.
Whoa.
There were government and media figures on there. So, like, this guy, I think he
You can't have a hit list? The country we're living in.
Let's see. He was inspired. It says that he was inspired by, like, racist murder cases. There was one in particular.
I like how, I don't know, I watch a performance of a song or someone make a piece of art on YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, man, I need to sit down and get cranking on it. And this guy's
But there was, like, I read this the other day, so I'm not totally. Oh, it was Anders Behring Breivik. He killed 77 people.
Oh, I know exactly.
In Norway.
What that's Vox Day, I think has spoken. I don't know exactly what he said. I don't want to like misconstrue his words, but apparently he spoke, I guess, highly of that guy. So that's a little awful thing to do.
But yeah, it says he spent roughly $12,000 over a 3-year period to equip himself with knives, ammunition, body armor, and smoke grenades. He also studied sniper techniques and investigated ways to make bullet fragments untraceable. But here's a picture of his haul there, all the shit he had. It's like kind of impressive, but not.
I don't want to sound like a huge dick, but is anything he's done thus far like illegal? Like, because I feel like you can legally be a gun enthusiast and like kind of research this stuff, but is it just?
Well, it's like conspiracy to commit terrorist acts and stuff.
I guess people don't do that for fun, do they? Like, I've heard of people like, man, how do you think if you had to do, like, just for a fun conversation topic, like, how could you get away with murder? And people try to think about it, but I guess people don't really like. Hey, man, if we were going to do a terrorist act, how would we do it, man? We got to really research. Just for fun, It's just our hobby. We just do it.
His lawyers are apparently saying that the government vastly overstated the threat that he posed. What is it? There's little, if any, doubt he was planning a mass casualty assault to further his white nationalist views. He's not being sentenced for his views. He's being sentenced for the actions he was planning.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. I was like, if he was planning to do it. It doesn't matter about if you're like, oh, I want to kill all white people. Like, just murder is murder. I don't think.
He was also, he got in trouble last October for illegally buying prescription painkillers and amassing an arsenal of 15 firearms and 2 illegal gun silencers. As a drug abuser, he was not legally entitled to possess the guns.
Oh.
And he had over 1,000 rounds of ammunition.
Wait, so if you can't own guns if you have a criminal record, or
yeah, I guess if you have any kind of drug-related charges, maybe.
Yeah, but he got the painkillers illegally, so it's not like he, I mean, I'm just saying, it's like if I go get illegal painkillers, it's like, I mean, shit. I feel like I've known people that have done it that I don't think are they just like the drug.
But I wonder if that's like, didn't if you have like, is it a felony? If you're a felon, a convicted felon, you can't possess a firearm or something?
Probably. I don't know the rules. I'm sure I could find them very easily.
But anyways, what kind of made me chuckle a little bit was, let's see if I can find the thing.
Because I have 35 weapons in my house. Is that okay? I'm just kidding. I know. I don't.
Hassan's public defender said the appropriate sentence for what they described as a little more than a run-of-the-mill firearms possession case was time served in jail and 3 years of supervised release. His criminal conduct, they said, was the result of his addiction to prescription opioids. There's just like, so this guy...
Do you know any opiate addicts that like want to stockpile guns and like... that's not what I picture.
Further the white race.
I picture a lot of people just kind of, drooling and leaning over and stuff a lot, but not necessarily planning. You know what is kind of weird though is, like you would have to think that I know they're saying that he wasn't like punished for his views. Like obviously it's wrong to like plan a terrorist attack of any sort, but. That has to play into it, though, kind of, right? Because everyone's looking for a motive, and it's like, well, this guy has ties with white nationalism and has a stockpile of guns and ammunition and is researching this stuff. So it kind of seems like those two things go together. But if it's like Joe Blow, me, normal guy, that has a stockpile of weapons,
yeah,
I don't know that they would, like...
Oh, if you're not,
I don't know,
if you're not making any plans, you just have a bunch of guns.
If you have no affiliation with any sort of like extremist group whatsoever, if you're just a guy that has a shit ton of guns, so I kind of feel like he was punished for his views. Because I mean, I don't know that you can separate the two though. I'm not saying like, oh, they shouldn't have done anything to him. I don't know that you can separate like.
But he was also making plans.
That's true. He did have a hit list. A single guy?
I don't know. Probably. I don't think they...
I mean, he looks... Does he have tattoos on his chest?
Yeah, I think he was like a former like Marine or something too.
I mean, he looks... It's funny. He looks really jovial in the picture and stuff.
But I think this might be a different article from the one I was looking at because it also didn't mention... They said that the like opioids made him like more racist.
I mean, I just talked about a woman that yelled about spiders or apples being covered in spiders. So I'm wondering if like, because they do say crazy things, but that just seems like a very weird.
I don't understand like being high. Like I haven't like gone like deep into like opioids, but I mean I've taken like codeine syrup before. I think.
And you're like. You guys want to kill some Jews? I'm
not sure. I can't remember if that counts as an opiate or not. I feel like it does because it's like a painkiller.
Yeah. Once I realized when I first heard of like opioid crisis, I'm like, Jesus, really? Because I'm thinking heroin. Yeah. Everybody's on it. I'm like, oh, so like every fucking thing's an opioid. I mean, it's fine. Like it's not good if people get addicted to it, but it was I felt like I was misled a little bit. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, really? There are that many? I've never even met a heroin addict in my life, and like.
But my experience is all it does is make you like talk a lot, and you get really hungry and lazy.
Well, that's what I think so weird about this is that they're blaming an opioid on him.
Yeah, and like you watch like people in movies that are on heroin, they just look like they want to go to sleep.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of I don't even know if they drool. I just feel like a lot of leaning over. And
Maybe
stuff.
he's like dreaming about doing racist things. It's like, I'm so fucked up.
What a weird, like he got inspiration from. Like, oh man, did you see that I just feel like he like what's the guy's name that murdered the people in Norway? Hans Christian Andersen.
Anders Bering Breivik.
Breivik. So I don't know. It just seems so weird to take inspiration. Hey man, hey what? Wait, what is his name again? Hans.
Anders.
Anders. Anders.
Anders.
With an A.
Yeah, with
okay,
an A.
no H. Hey, Anders, will you sign my anarchist cookbook, man? I really love your work. It's so weird.
Well, didn't I feel like Timothy McVeigh had like something similar. There's some other like I think he had like some guys like I don't know, his memoir or some shit.
What I mean, yeah, I'm sure you could probably easily find it. For all I know, he's interviewed. He's dead, right? Timothy McVeigh.
I'm not sure.
He was executed.
I feel like it was, yeah.
But that's the thing is I never knew why. And I don't want people to tell me. I don't want other people to tell me why. I want him to tell me why. It's kind of the same thing with Hitler and the Holocaust and everything. It's like, why? Well, he was this and that. And I'm like, I want to know why he, like, what, according to him, why he would do that. Because that's insane. Timothy McVeigh. Yeah, and that's what's funny is there was, wasn't there two guys? It wasn't just Timothy McVeigh, I heard.
Yeah, it was Terry Nichols.
Terry Nichols. You think that guy's like, shit, man, I wanted to get famous like Tim did, but I'm just getting the shaft. What year was that, 95? I feel like we talked about Timothy McVeigh before.
Maybe, I don't remember. But yeah, he was executed. I'm trying to find like what they did, but I don't. Let's see. Lethal injection in 2001.
Oh, wow, he's been dead that long. I didn't realize that. Wow. Well, you're probably, I don't know, he's probably getting a bomb shoved up his butt by the devil, right? Is the other guy dead too, Terry Nichols?
Doesn't look like it.
No kidding. He's only 64 years old?
Yeah.
Yikes. Well, it's like that SNL skit, man. White male rage. White male rage. Oh, jeez. SNL. But yeah, I never, I mean, I can look into it on my own time. I just never knew. I feel like some sort of Christian beliefs that he held played into it. I'm not blaming Christianity just so people listen. I'm just saying, like, that crazy wacko somehow used that logic into doing it. That's what I was saying. That's why I want to hear it from these people, because I just want to hear the wild stories they've concocted in their head that would make them do stuff like this.
Terry Nichols is sentenced to 161 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole.
161? He can, maybe he'll, good behavior, get out in 81 life sentences or something. That'd be pretty nice.
He's at ADX Florence Supermax prison.
Golly, man.
Yeah, it says he shares a cell block that is commonly referred to as Bomber's Row with Ramzi Youssef, Eric Rudolph, and Ted Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski's still going, huh? Well, that's insane. That's you know what's funny is my dad has definitely gotten, wow, 77. My dad's gotten much more liberal and stuff over the past few years. I can't imagine why. But it's really funny because this liberalism my parents, I feel like, have gotten, which is funny because I feel like the older I get, the more conservative. I don't know. But my dad still, whenever he hears about Terry Nichols serving 161 life sentences, he's just like, just fucking kill him. Like, as liberal as he's gotten, he's still like, fuck that fucking ass. Like, get rid of these people. I remember we were watching some sort of like Dateline NBC, like this high schooler or college kid like raped a girl or whatever and dumped her fucking dead body off of an overpass or whatever, and he's like, and they're giving this guy 30 fucking years, fucking kill him. And I'm just like, Jesus, like he like has zero fucking tolerance for that kind of stuff. And you know what's sad is, like, I feel like it's a lot of people, and it sounds really awful, but like I mean, morally I can understand where people would come from, and you know, like, murder for a murder, I don't know if that's, you know, appropriate or anything, but it sounds really awful. But I think a lot of it is just like, why are the taxpayers' money going to like like keeping a guy alive that's gonna be in jail forever. Like it's
Yeah.
just like, what is he even doing?
If you talk about like the whole like prison system, that's a whole other
Yeah, that's
can
probably
of
true. It's like,
worms.
yeah, they're probably like, no, don't kill him. We got fucking license plates to make,
Yeah.
asshole. Like we need this guy.
And I still don't understand how all that stuff works, but there's big money in prison, like economy.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's insane. Man, you want to make money, go into prison.
And there's
That's
all
a
kinds
weird-
of like, I'd say conspiracies, but a lot of it's probably true about like, I don't know, prosecuting people on like low-level drug charges to basically keep the system pumping.
Yeah. Well, that's the same. But I mean, from what I understand, it seems like people are lightening up on this. I don't follow the drug laws of America or anything, so that's one thing. I try not to do drugs so I don't have to worry about those things. Whenever people start talking like, yeah, man, it's a fucking felony or it's only a misdemeanor if you got this and that. And I'm like, I'm really glad I don't have to
I don't have
occupy
any
my
drugs.
brain with that knowledge. Like, I just don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. Oh, it's going somewhere with that, but now I don't remember.
Bernie Sanders, maybe? You hear what he said?
What did he say? I wasn't going there, but...
He said whenever he gets elected, he's going to make marijuana legal.
Okay.
And
He's going to do a lot of stuff, man. I'm just saying. They
And,
promise a lot of things.
And like anybody that has like a low level like drug charge for marijuana, he'll get it like removed or whatever.
Oh,
but
that's pretty cool. Is he going to put chocolate milk in the fountains, too?
but
We'll see.
obviously, I don't think.
And I'm not saying I don't want that just for the people listening. I'm just saying, hey, you know, they promise a lot of stuff. Just don't get your fucking hopes up. So,
But yeah, I don't see it like being feasible because even if you do change it at the federal level, the states still have the right to like do what they want with a lot of that stuff.
yeah, that's all.
Because I know, like, I can't remember if it was Greg Abbott or somebody from Texas said that it'll be there, like, the day that we get marijuana is the day that he dies. Like, it's like, fuck that shit.
Wow.
No weed in this state.
Oh, man. I don't... Over my dead body, weed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so
They
funny.
some of those people, like, take a super hard line on it. I don't really know why.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if, like, maybe they're getting, like, a little under the table drug money or
Oh,
something.
that would be weird. Yeah,
They're
trying
doing some El Chapo deals.
Yeah, they're like, oh, man, that is...
Like,
would
don't
be
fuck
nuts.
this up for me, god damn it.
Yeah, there was always things that like things to be morally against. I always thought weed. I mean, like if you're against it, you're against it. I just felt like it's just kind of like the homosexual thing. Like I don't understand why that's such a high priority of like problems in the world.
Yeah.
Like, what's on
I
your
feel like
to-do
they
list?
just-
My to-do list is to make a fucking sign and yell about homosexuals. And it's like, if you feel that they're wrong, then let God carry out whatever he may do to them. But, like, let's take a stock of, like, priorities with problems in the world. Like, do you really think, like,
Yeah.
butt fucking in a bedroom, like, or fucking two chicks tribbing videos are awesome, by the way. But do you really think like that's like, I don't know, that's top of the, like that's what we have to get rid of, not fucking, you know, we could be spending our time maybe working in a fucking soup kitchen or maybe Habitat for Humanity building some houses and stuff, but no, man, we gotta fucking get rid of butt fucking.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just
I wonder if they're all just like, this is what the voters like, so this is where we're gonna go. Because you know a lot of them are like gay on the low, like they're like, I hate homosexuals, but I'm gonna go suck this guy's dick in the back of a parking lot somewhere.
That's
like,
what everyone always says. You know what I always thought was funny too, is that so you have people that like have a hard stance against homosexuality, and then it comes out that they do homosexual stuff, and I always thought it was weird when people made fun of them for that. I mean, I understand the hypocrisy and you want to make fun of, I guess, but it seems kind of weird that you're for homosexuality and now you're making fun of this guy for being homosexual. And I understand it's the whole hypocrisy thing. I just always thought it was weird. It's like, you kind of sound like me when I was like in fucking middle school. Like, oh, you fucking gay, look, he's fucking suck a dick. Like, it just, I don't know. It just seems kind of weird to, now it's used to disparage the guy. But I guess he brought it on himself if he's gonna do that. But yeah, I've never understood I mean, it's like abortion's a big thing too, and
That one makes a little more sense.
That
to
one
me,
makes a little more sense because, like, I understand some people don't believe it's alive, some people do, but, like, the people that do, like, that makes sense to me because I'm like, there are people that believe you are taking a human life.
Right.
But butt fucking, like, somehow, that's right next to it. That's right next to it. I saw a video of a lady, it's funny as I said I wouldn't talk about it, but this is all I want to say about the Iowa thing or whatever. I saw a lady, I saw a lady, I guess she was in a line or just voted or whatever, and she was talking to the, I guess the lady helping her, the clerk or something you would say or whatever, but the voter had no idea that Pete was gay. And like, and she was like, I feel like this is pretty common knowledge. She's like, I don't want that in the White House. She's like, just turned her entire, she had like a sticker on and everything.
Really?
And I'm like, and Pete is from Iowa, right?
I'm not sure.
Am I totally way off on that? How do you not? How'd that never? I feel like that was pretty common knowledge. But yeah, I mean, for being a gay politician, people really kind of he didn't get as much
He's from,
ridicule online.
Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. Sorry. Much like the Eastern Europe, I get my Midwest states mildly confused. I can name all of them, but you know what? Well, I don't want to say I would make 100, but I'm pretty sure I'd make a 95.
Yeah.
On like a U.S. state map test. I think so. I hope people aren't judging me for that. Probably sound like a fucking idiot. I've sounded like an idiot up until this point, so there's no reason to stop.
If that lady like changed her mind or whatever, I wonder if there's like people that are just kind of fed up with the whole thing and they just changed their stance. Like you said, your dad's become more liberal.
Yeah. Well, this lady's like is prepped and ready to vote for this guy.
Yeah.
And that's why I was thinking he was from Iowa, because I'm like, he got to where he was by you voting on him in your own state.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was weird. It's like I say, it's just like, well, I mean, I like his policies, I like his attitude, but
no butt fucking.
Yeah, he fucks in the butt, man. And I will say that it never even occurred to me how just funny the idea of the White House. Two dudes butt fucking in the bedroom. Like, I don't know why. For all I know, that's probably happened a lot more than we realize, but it just never occurred to me. I'm like, that's kind of funny. Like, given our country and its history and everything, it's like two dudes are going to be fucking making love in the White House. But in all honesty, I feel like that's probably already happened at some point.
Probably.
Yeah. You know, what's it? Orchard. Grove? Bohemian Grove?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Freaky stuff's going on down at the White House.
They're putting on masks and worshiping owls and shit.
Yeah. I can't wait till I die and then I just see a play out of history and I'm like, oh yeah, all that shit was true. Every single bit of it.
Jesus.
Yeah, look over here, John. What you'll notice is a child molester, and guess what? He's coming from another dimension. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You ever heard of 5G? It is controlling your mind. Like,
well, do we talk about... I don't want to, like, dig deep into, like, the Epstein thing again, but did you see, like, the picture of, like, his temple from the island?
I think whenever... I don't know. I remember seeing pictures of the island. It looked crazy, but...
But somebody just, like, got, like, a close-up shot of...
Does it have, like, naked kids on it or something? Well, that, there's, what's his fucking name? Is it Podesta? Podesta has... a statue, I don't know if you call it a statue. I'm trying to think of what you'd call that. Like fuck it, we'll just say a statue hanging from his ceiling, and it's like a contorted body, and it is the exact same contortion that what the fuck is it? Jeffrey Dahmer would put his. Yeah, it's the exact same, like kind of like leaning back, like fucking belly in the air and stuff. Like, it's the exact same, and he has like a sculpture of this, and he also has like a huge painting of like two children and one showing her panties or something. Like, it's weird. Like, if you believe that there's a whole pedophile ring and child molesters and all this kind of stuff within like higher, like, there's definitely stuff to find that would like lend to your argument. I will say that. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying, like, it's weird stuff.
Yeah.
Regardless of, oh, he's just a cool, normal dude, but that's weird to have that.
But yeah, look at this shit. Like, this is just like on his island.
Isn't that weird how it's just crazy to me that, like, how devout, I guess, he still stayed despite, like...
Well, I wonder if, like, he's really doing, like, some Jewish stuff, or, like, if he's, like, doing, like, weird, like, Satan worshipping.
That is true. What if it's, like, that whole, That's so funny. I remember being a teenager and learning about, like, yeah, you know, Freemasons, they're fucking crazy, man. And I remember it just, like...
I mean, feel
that
free
was
to...
the first time I had ever heard about that, but...
Feel free to worship the devil if that's what you like, but I feel like this guy was doing some, like, straight-up evil shit.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because, like, if I was an evil person that had an evil island, like, you don't want to make it like, hey, let's make a fucking satanic, we're worshiping and blood-fucking people and stuff. Let's make a big, like... What? Let's not make it look like that, John. Let's make it look like... And if you're a Jew, maybe he would make it look like this, and then he would do awful stuff in there. Because I'm, you know, me being raised Catholic, I would probably just make it look like a Catholic church, I guess. And then I do my awful things in it. Because it doesn't look suspicious to anyone outside. He's like, oh, yeah, he's Jewish. He has a fucking temple on his island. What's the big deal?
Oh, there's an owl statue on top of it, too.
Oh, they're worshiping owls. Like, you said it, dude. You called it, man. Oh, man, we're in big trouble, man.
But I think people say it looks like the Israeli flag. I don't know. It's just, the whole thing's just fucked and weird. And and this thing too, I forgot about this. The Bill Clinton in the blue dress.
Oh, that's Monica Lewinsky's dress.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're not on opioids right now, man. You'd totally want to murder all of them, wouldn't you? Jesus. God, what if... I don't know. God, I just want to spend a day there. Not, like, I don't want to partake. I just want to be a fly on the wall. And just be like... Watch it turn out to be, like, the most wholesome thing you've ever seen.
Ugh.
I doubt it, but...
Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, since we're talking about white nationalism... You know what's funny? When you say white supremacist, I wonder if there's the opposite of that, like a white guy who's like a white guy who's like, man, white people are... Actually, never mind. I know there is. White people are the worst.
Yeah. White guilt?
Yeah, I guess I've seen people... Ironically, I've seen mostly white people complain about white people, I feel like. And maybe that's just because there's so many white people.
Yeah.
They're like, they get tired of white people too? But whatever. But in other far-right trolling news...
So there's this lady, Katie Hopkins. I hadn't heard about her. I hadn't heard about her until I saw this. It was on Reddit, but it ended up being a big thing on YouTube. She's a like a right-wing commentator. She's pretty like full-on racist. She doesn't like gay people or anybody that's even like a shade off of white.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
And I don't know, like, makes lots of complaints about all the Muslim people in the UK and all this stuff. Like, she's just like, I couldn't like really bring myself to like sit and watch like a whole video of her talking, but I read some like transcripts of like her talking, and it just sounds like she's pretty terrible.
It's out of context, bro, man.
But
come on, dude.
I don't know.
Come on, dude. Don't fall for that bullshit, bro.
But this guy, what's this guy's name? Josh Peters. He's a South African YouTuber.
Trevor Noah's brother.
But he flew her to Prague to receive a fake award. And the group that he created was the Cape Town Collective for the Freedom of Speech. He made like a whole website and like got his dad to pose as like the president of the group. But basically like made her think that she was gonna like get this award for like saying how she felt about everything with no filter. And I don't have anything against freedom of speech, but
sounds like you do, buddy.
But anyways, he convinced this lady to come down, and they did this whole thing. And then whenever she got up to like take a picture, you can see the award. What is it?
CUNT.
Campaign to Unify the Nation Trophy. But yeah,
campaign to you, and it's cunt. Okay, I guess that's a joke. Because at first I was thinking, I'm like, it kind of sounds like the joke isn't on her, because they're going through a really elaborate means to, like, stage an award show. Which, to be fair, aren't award shows kind of staged anyways?
yeah.
I mean, it's basically like, hey, we make movies. Let's make an award show that will basically be an advertisement for the movies. It's like kind of like everybody wins. It's just a commercial for your movies and for you guys to get. So I'm like, they're going through a lot of work just to give this lady an award. And I'm like, it kind of sounds like she won the award that you guys just made up. But I guess the fact that they put CUNT on it does. She fell for it.
Yeah.
What they don't know, 4D Chess Bro, she actually. Never mind. I was gonna try to make it more. She actually paid someone to fake them faking it. Wow. And they stayed in care of this. All this just to
just
call that lady a cunt?
Yeah, just troll this lady. He does lots of these like social experiment type of things.
I mean, if I were her, I would just own it. Be like, yeah, I won the award. I'm an award winner. I would put that probably in my Twitter bio. A lot of people like to do that. CUNT award winner in your faces. The one and only.
But she, I'm not sure. I doubt they gave it back to her, but she got like booted off of Twitter pretty recently too for just like saying all kinds of shit to people.
It is kind of crazy what you can get booted off Twitter for. Like, I could put like, it's kind of crazy. Like, even if it's something that I don't like partake, like the whole transgender thing, I could put she her in my Twitter bio, and if someone says, well, dude, I don't know, dude a guy, someone calls me a dude, are they misgendering me?
I don't know.
I guess so, right? But if they refer to me as a he, or like, he said this, and I'm like, whoa, check my, like, I could report that, and I would guarantee they will get. Even if, like, people do it all the time on Twitter. They just do it to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, man, it's kind of funny that you don't like that people can do that, but you will totally take advantage of people, like, the fact that you can do that. It's kind of weird.
Right.
Like, I don't know, if you're going to live by what you preach. Like, oh, it's bullshit that people get banned for that. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to ban people for it. I'm like, I don't know. Does that make you might be POP, buddy.
Yeah.
Part of the problem. But whatever. You want to take a brief break, or how far are we into this? I gotta get some more water.
We're at 47 minutes.
We can keep going. Did you have another story while I get some water?
No.
Oh, you didn't have anything? Okay. Have we ran out of steam early on this one?
Maybe.
I had to hide my phone because it kept fucking going off, and now I wanted to see. I had stuff pulled up. So you couldn't find anything on Vajipping, though? No. Just for the audience listening, I
just found like a Reddit thread that some guy was asking. I think it's under No Stupid Questions.
Okay. Because I had, just to let the audience know, I had heard about, I think someone said it kind of in passing on a show or something about vajipping, and it's vagina and tripping, the two words put together, and it's like putting LSD or like acid. At first I had heard into the vagina, so naturally the woman will be tripping, and then when the man inserts his penis, I guess he'll be tripping too.
Yeah.
Tripping balls.
I don't know, it's like
tripping and nutting. But I've also heard, I guess apparently people may put it on their penis.
Yeah.
And then insert it into the vagina.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But I mean, like, I feel like the vagina's like got a bunch of mucous membranes, so it's basically.
It would probably just suck it up, and the penis wouldn't get any.
Well, the penis might get some too. Like, you'd have to put it like real close to the mouth, the piss hole, if you will. But it's mucous membranes, just like your asshole. People shove drugs up their asshole all the time.
That's fucking butt chugging. Butt chugging and butt fucking.
But yeah, it just like gets absorbed into your. Some people like the asshole because I think it goes in your bloodstream faster.
I remember Jason Mewes talked about, I think, running from the cops, and he had heroin in a needle, and the needle had broke off, so he just shot it into his asshole. Yeah. That guy was a heroin addict, and he didn't want to murder non-whites. And that's like an opioid addict, not some guy that's like, hey, I got some fucking Tylenol 3 or whatever. I don't know. Although I've heard Tylenol 3 is pretty fucking powerful stuff.
I don't know.
Can you get that? Is that over the counter?
No, it's prescription only because it does have codeine in it.
Yeah, that makes sense because like Tylenol PM works, man. Well, granted that the time I took it, I also had Tylenol PM and Nyquil. And I think I talked about it on some podcast. I pissed myself.
Yeah.
Just like because I didn't wake up to go pee. I just kept sleeping.
Yeah.
Which is just crazy to think like. And I know I'm probably over exaggerating, but at the time I thought like I could have just taken like, I don't know, 30 more milligrams of fucking Nyquil and I probably could have never woken up again.
Jesus.
At the time I wasn't like, sweating or crying about this. I was just like, man, like it probably would have taken more. I don't know.
Have you ever taken like Benadryl or anything like that?
Have I ever taken it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's same type thing as antihistamine, I think, that they usually put in that. I'm pretty sure that's what's in NyQuil. You can get like just the sleepy stuff now. It's called ZQuil.
I have seen that, and I'm like, man, that's weird.
Like
it seems
sleeping pills in a bottle?
Yeah, it seems weird to me that they, because you have to be like 18, I think, to buy NyQuil and stuff. I think it asks for your ID. It's just funny to me that they're like, they're almost kind of like playing into,
oh yeah,
like the culture that would want to drink a lot of NyQuil and stuff.
Man, you know what I bought that I was really surprised, like I had to get my ID scanned. I bought some shoe goo, like for fixing your shoes, and you have to be 18.
Shoe goo? What the hell is it? Like
it's glue.
Oh.
Like for putting your shoes back together, but I guess you can huff it.
I just use glue. You have to be 18 to buy that, really?
Uh-huh. Or it might be 21. I'm not really sure. They just like it said ID check when I was like scanning. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
man, when I was 18, I should have just went to the store and be like, sweet, I could buy oven cleaner. Just buy oven cleaner, shoe goo apparently, some NyQuil, cigarettes. Should just bought everything that I could have bought when I was 18. I signed up for the military. Fucking shoe goo. Well, that's weird because I always just use glue.
Oh, well, the shoe goo, like,
I don't recommend Gorilla Glue, by the way, because that shit, like, I don't want to say it shrinks it, but it's almost like too effective.
Really?
Like, I don't know. I've done it to shoes in the past, but I feel like I don't really have that problem. I usually have a pair of work shoes for about a year, and it's like every Christmas I get a new pair of work shoes and stuff because by that following Christmas, like soles coming off of them usually like it's usually breaking apart. I've had some that are like really bad.
Yeah.
Really bad, but I don't know. I just kind of like ride it out.
But I used to buy shoe goo back in the day when I skateboarded a lot because your shoes will start to like fall apart from all the wear and tear. But you can actually put it on the outside of the shoe and it'll make like an extra like kind of rubbery, plasticky barrier.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've heard of this stuff before.
No.
It makes me think of that's funny because the first thing I thought was Goo Gone. Would Goo Gone work on it to get it off?
Oh, to get it off, probably.
You coat your shoes with a...
Well, you can, but it's mainly just for putting like soles and stuff back on. But if you want, like you can put like a little spot of it, like spread it with like a paint stir or something.
You're like moisturizing your shoes or something. I guess it's the same as people that put the plastic bags on the shoes, which I always thought was... I mean... I guess you're not always doing it, but I always thought it was weird when people do that. I'm like, you're protecting your shoes because you want them to look good, but you can't see them, and no one else can. But
you used to be able to get shoe goo in CCS, like skateboarding catalogs and
really?
stuff.
I haven't seen. Do they still do a paper magazine of CCS?
I doubt it, but maybe. I don't know.
Did CCS have rollerblading stuff in it too?
No.
Or was that a different one? Because I remember seeing one in like 7th grade, Miss Hampton.
I'm trying to remember because I used to get the rollerblading one too. Because at one point I was just a big poser. I just wanted to wear all the clothes. I didn't actually do.
Just for the record, he's still a fucking poser.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm trying to remember what the hell it was called. But it was like, it was all inline skating stuff. But yeah, both of them, like, unless you're looking at like some kind of thing where it was just like strictly fashion, you never saw any of those worlds like cross really, because they're both just like fuck those guys, fuck those
Even
guys.
though they look exactly the same to like
yeah,
the common individual. Like it's kind of like the same as people that like, oh, you like metal and hard rock and stuff, right? So you like Kid Rock? Like, I'm not really like, what? Really? I thought you liked that kind of music.
You
I'm
like
well,
Disturbed?
I don't like everything, but it's the same. I'm sure it's the same with like, hey, you like skateboard? Like, oh, I like to inline skate. Like, yeah, same. But I don't understand. Like, it's the same fucking thing. I'm like, yeah. Well, you know, to them, this is very serious to me. So if you could take it a little more seriously,
We'll say inline skating. I'm not sure how long all that equipment lasts, but it's definitely a bigger like buy-in, like as far as like skates and stuff.
Yeah, that is insane how much some of those. I mean, I guess it makes sense because it does seem like a lot of. There's a lot of parts to a roller. Oh, I was gonna call it a roller skate. That's probably offensive. It's like me calling frisbee golf, and they're like, it's disc golf. So that makes sense. But I was wondering about the whole poser thing. Can you be a poser like for 20 years? When does it click over to where you're not a poser anymore?
Well, you have to do the thing, because you're just posing is the thing. If you don't do the thing, then you're a poser infinitely, I guess.
Yeah, but you're posing for 20 years. Well, I guess if like But how does that even be? So you just wear skateboarding clothes and just never skate?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I was kind of thinking at some point, I'm like, man, just let him into the club. He's not a poser anymore.
Well, you can go buy a skateboard. Go learn how to skate.
Yeah, but you just like the clothes.
So, well, that's...
You have a skateboard. I'm looking at 3 skateboards. You cannot be a poser. You have 3 skateboards, Smilie.
Yeah.
And do you have skate shoes?
Yeah, I have 2 pairs of skate shoes.
That's what I'm talking about, bro. You ain't no poser.
Well, I haven't skated in over a year, but...
Yeah, but we're in our 30s now, you know. If you're not professional... No, I don't want to say that. I was going to say, if you're not professional, you shouldn't be skateboarding after 35, but I don't believe that at all. I was going to say that, but I'm like, no, John, that's not right, man.
Yeah, there's lots of guys, like, way older than me. If I went to the park, like, earlier, like, I don't know, around, like, 7 a.m. or something, you see, like, old dudes, like, shredding a ball and stuff, like, full pads.
And what's funny is, I guess it's not really seen as a lot of people as a sport or anything, but to me, like, a 45-year-old or a 50-year-old that is, like, skateboarding is much more impressive to me than, like, a 50-year-old that just, like, jogs.
Yeah.
Or, like, lifts weights. And I'm like, especially if you're doing it, I mean, I guess it depends on how intensely. If you're just longboarding around the neighborhood, that's one thing. But people that are, like, a 50-year-old that's fucking at a skate park, like, fucking, what's the word for going fast? I was going to say hoofing it, kicking it.
Pushing?
Yeah, I guess that's a good word.
Oh.
I think I just revealed myself to be a poser, Smilie.
Man, I do.
But I don't have a skateboard, and I don't have skateboard shoes, so
I do have
I'm not a poser.
Quick skateboard story that makes me sound like a stupid old man.
Time you skated with your dick out?
I was getting gas the other day, and there was this girl on like a longboard, and this is like a busy gas station, like right down the street down here, and she was just going in circles around the parking lot in front of the gas station, and I was just kind of like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
So she wasn't there, she wasn't
passing through or anything. She was just rolling around in circles like you would in like what I would used to do like in like the post office parking lot when no one was there.
I was going to say, can you imagine those people at the post office? Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Maybe she's practicing. There is a girl. It's probably not, but I keep wondering if it's the same girl at my apartment complex. I saw a couple one day when I got home, and it looked like she was struggling. And I'm assuming the boyfriend or whatever, they were both like skating or whatever. And but I've noticed her 3 times now. Like when she takes the dog out, she's always on the board.
Really?
And I'm like, is she just trying to get really good? It seems weird. It seems weird to me to like get it. Well, I can't say anything because fucking I've been skating in my 30s and never did fucking growing up.
But I don't have anything against people just rolling around in a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, there's a perfectly good, like there's a real estate office that no one is at.
That's true.
There's a bank like right behind it that I've skated at before.
Oh, yeah, we skated in that giant parking lot that is the most. unused piece of real estate that is kind of insane. That
Yeah.
like they use it for parking. It's funny that Denton's biggest fucking parking lot is for nothing. That's bizarre. But yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, we skated over there. Yeah, why would you go to like? Maybe she's trying to meet some people or something. I don't know. Like
I don't know, but she was literally just going around the pumps, like, and I was just like, please, like, don't like roll out in front of me, like while I'm driving. But I felt like very old man, like,
just
like, get out of here.
What's this fucking kid doing? Jesus, get out of here. Yeah, that is kind of well.
Because at first I see a lot of people walking, and I see people like skating around here. So I was like maybe she's just going from here to there, like maybe her apartment's over there or something, but she just kept rolling around in a circle.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That was the thing with me with riding bikes and or skateboarding was that, like, I wanted to go where people weren't. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Same
want.
here.
I don't want people around me. Like, not at all. Even if I was fucking great, I don't feel like I would want to go to a gas station and like fucking do a bar spin or some bullshit.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know why anyone would go out of there.
But I guess I've come full circle now.
You're a fucking poser, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
And that girl would have called you out if you just said something, so it's lucky for you that you fucking didn't. And we'll end on that. So, shout out to all the fucking posers out there. And, hey, if you're bored, you got a little acid you don't know what to do with, try putting it on your peen. Maybe in your vagine.
Always ask and make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, do that too. Fucking 2020. One more rape? No more rape.
No more rape.
Shout out to Mark Rebier.
All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Peace be with you.